So,
I
okay.
finally
You only have one?
Say that again.
I finally made those cookie dough balls.
They're good, aren't they?
Yes.
Like crack.
Yes.
I got some right now. I just made, well, mine are the energy balls, but I don't put cafe latte in them. I do chocolate instead. Yours had, so you did the chocolate chippy ones.
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to have something that would fill me up for camping and be kind of healthy. So I was like, ooh, this will be perfect.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so I found out today, which this is amazing and a perfect time for this. Christina has made a new coach document to send to new coaches. And I'm not supposed to share it until she launches it. But I'm hoping she's launching it like tomorrow. Because it's awesome. It's so,
She's updating.
I'm going to show you. I can show you. It doesn't mean I'm sending it to you, but I can show it to you. Hold on. So yeah, there is a new coach. Thing. It's like a Dream Extreme. It's pink on the front.
Yeah.
You can find it in the United Coach collaborations. It's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there it is. And it's really informative, and it tells you like where to find your websites, things like that, but it's not really in depth. Well, it is kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's too because I've looked at it a lot. So hold on. Let me pull this up and let me screen share this to you. It says I was looking at it on my phone today. But I think this is going to be so helpful for everyone. Okay, can you all see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. New coach welcome guide. Super cute. So like, yeah, these are, so this is Christina's people, but none of us have faces. So it's, you know, like we're all joining hands, one team, super cute. And then there's a table of contents with a lot of the stuff that you guys got on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like the memory jogger, how to build your contact list, challenge group checklist, first month, how to hit Success Club, all that stuff. And then there's like a little congrats thing. And then this is my favorite part, how my mouse has disappeared. How like on here you can search in the group.
Yeah.
Like important things are highlighted and it shows you what it's supposed to look like. Use the search for when you need answers to questions. Website links and setup. So it shows you right there how to set up your website. Like everything is right there. So one of the things too that I wanted to share now that we have so many emeralds that make sure that you fill this out and you can go into your office and go to account and you can settle that up, because the more complete that is, I feel like the more leads that they send you. Or like for me, they may have changed this, but they did not send me leads until I did this. They didn't send me anybody until I filled this stuff out. I don't know why. But like adding the links to your social media, and you can do that too. You can turn your Instagram into a business Instagram. I don't know if you guys have a personal one or a business one, but I can see as a business one, the interactions, like how many people viewed it. Like how many people clicked forward in my stories, how many people clicked backwards, if they clicked the link, like all that stuff, you can see it. And when you have a business one, you can see the insights on your individual post. So if you've been trying stuff and it's not working, it kind of gives you insight, like, well, maybe this didn't get such good feedback, but this did. Like today, the picture of me and the kids was amazing feedback, whereas my food picture, not so much. So, and it's just, you know, different content too, that I'm pulling on people's heartstrings opposed to I'm showing you a piece of salmon. Salmon may not be so exciting as, you know, mom walking her kids into school, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can still gain some insight of, yes, this worked really well, or maybe no, this didn't. So you might think of that too and it's just a switch of a button to switch over. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys too, make sure that you have I think it's like a 2 verification on your Instagram so that you don't get hacked. Because a lot of people have been getting hacked lately. And basically they have to put in your they would have to know your password and be able to confirm with various numbers that Instagram will send you personally. It's like you know how they send you codes sometimes, you have to put the code in?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So it's a verification code. So I just did that this week. So importante. Don't get hacked. I remember when Shalene did it and it scared me to death. And she basically had to like start all over on everything. It was not fun. It was terrible to watch it. So anywho, but there's even a link for a guidance tutorial for Share a Cart. Hello. It's so awesome. And like important tips, discount coaches, the compensation plan. So it lays everything out right there for you. And then once you're in the office, it shows you like how to manage your EFT. Gunderman, have you done that?
Yes.
Okay. And if Jessica hasn't done that or I haven't told you, I'm not a good coach. Okay. So your EFT management is when you get paid from Beachbody. That's setting up your automatic deposit. So then you don't have to wait for.
No, I like the check.
You like the check?
I like the check so that I know, ooh, I have $30.
Okay.
But you lose a little money by doing the checks.
I don't care.
Okay.
All right
I
then.
don't care because if it just goes in there and I don't know that it goes in there, then I don't know that
So
if I'm
that's
not
how mine.
if I wasn't actively working my business and it's like, ooh, somebody bought something, like it's a Christmas present as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned.
Okay. So
I know I need to get better about it. But
for me, something that Christina taught me years ago, even when I was not making a lot and it would come in and then it would go out. Like it was in one, out one, right? Like
right.
it would go in and then it would go out from Shakeology or the gas station or whatever. And I couldn't see it like accumulating. So it didn't bring value. So what I had to do for Beachbody is I made myself a separate account.
Yeah.
It became it has become my savings account. So like when the basement flooded and I don't have a debit card, I have a debit card for it, but they both come at the same time. So I don't know. I just don't use it. So I don't spend it as much. It is linked to PayPal, which is dangerous, but yeah, I write checks with it. Like when the basement flooded, I can write a check and I know that there was X amount of dollars and it would cover it. So once you start consistently earning, I would maybe suggest getting a bank account just for that. And then you can like save it for football dues or for, you know, a vet bill or whatever unexpected thing, which is nice. And you know that that's where that money came. You're like, oh my gosh, I have $4,000 in the bank account. That's awesome. Super. So, yeah. So if you want to set up your EFT and it will automatically deposit that in there, or you can just wait for Carl to send you a check and look at Carl's beautiful signature on there and go to the bank. Okay. And then like there's all the Dream Extreme. It even talks about Beachbody Champions page. Do you need me to make it bigger? The YouTube page on Beachbody, or that Beachbody has. And then it also talks about your rank and like when you go into your account. Like you'll see your active, who your diamond is. So probably when you go in there, does it say, oh, it doesn't say who her upline is. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. And
Mine,
then
it says
different
my
ways-
upline, but it says it has crickets. It doesn't. Everything else is kind of crickets.
okay. Right now, but that's going to change.
Right.
Big things are
Yeah.
coming. Big things are coming.
Oh, I'm glad.
Putting it out in the
I like how
universe.
she did this.
Oh, I love this. So it tells you the PV and like what will keep you active and how much PV is what. So let's say that you can't do, Shakeology for the month. If you wanted to do Recover, that's a less expensive price break, but you still fall in the active PV because you need 50. And you'd still be getting your protein and your BCAAs, so that's cool. Or you could do Daily Sunshine, which is again less expensive, but your PV is still good. It's still going to qualify you.
Well, I'm glad she put this because, I was talking to you before about Lexi. She would be able to sign up and not have the coach fee because she's a military wife, but you still have to have so much PV to get that discount.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
But you only have to do it every 3 months.
Oh, hi.
Hi. You only have to order every 3 months to stay active as military
Okay.
and
Yeah.
not pay the fee.
Okay.
Yep. So
I
Like,
couldn't
she could
find
order-
all of the specific, I just saw where it said the PV. It took a while to find that part of it. And I Googled it I searched for it on the coach line.
yeah,
Coach
you
office.
FAQ'd it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It was clear as mud.
but this I feel like is super helpful. The graphics
Yeah.
of the document. So Jen, what we're going over is Christina is launching a new coach academy, basically, or that we can just
Booklet,
send to our
textbook.
people. I don't know if we're going to get it and be able to revamp it to be us and like put our pictures in there and like our information, but it's awesome that it's a step-by-step, like
All the things.
pretty much everything important that you need to know is in here in like a short, concise manner.
Yeah.
So like
And it looks
Success Club
professional.
points, like
and-
how do you
yeah.
earn Success Club points? That, a challenge pack is 2 points. Shakeology is 2 points. Daily Sunshine is not 2.
It's
You
one.
should probably message her
I'm going to message her because it's 1.
because she'll get upset if it's wrong and it goes out.
Yeah, because it's 1. Because I believe that the PV on it is 75 and not 90 because it says 90 up on where we just were, but I'm pretty sure it's 75 because they reduced the cost of it.
Right.
You should probably make a note, Andrea, so you can message her.
Yeah. So when it talks about Emerald
that
and
down.
why you should hit it, I will.
That's an inside joke.
Need to write all things down. But
Oh, yeah. Right leg, left leg. That's good.
look at that. And then you can put emeralds. So it's not like super confusing, like, well, why is this person emerald and this one isn't? Like, that confuses people. Everyone can be an emerald. Everyone can be an emerald. But everyone can be a diamond. And then like building your contact list. And then here's the memory jogger.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Love that. thing.
Look, redhead.
Redhead right there. Goes golfing. You're a bus driver. So eyeglasses. Talk to your eyeglass person. Runs the beauty shop. Oh, there is the redhead.
I know.
I saw brunette, blonde, bank teller, adventurist.
Yeah. Well, redhead was the most important. So
I'm icy.
For
just
sure.
kidding.
So,
Just
yeah.
kidding.
an action hour. Like it really, so you got your power hour, all kinds of things in here. But it's 28 pages long. Yes,
That's
it's a
less
lot.
than the other one, though.
I feel like this has more information. And like, I love the do's and the don'ts. Like, it should be a picture of you. It should be flat. Like, it shouldn't be dark. It should be a good illuminated picture of you. Hence why we take so many pictures of ourselves. It's not really that I love taking pictures of myself. I need a good picture. And sometimes the pictures sound like, or I have 5 chins, or here's a booger, or whatever, that I might not notice at first, or heaven forbid something is hanging out like Autumn. Like sometimes you just need a good picture. Also inside jokes. Only us would know. So, but the one on the right screams Beachbody, I'm going to sell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other is more about you. And that's really what it should be. It should be more about who you are and your brand and less about Beachbody. Beachbody has their own brand. It's all the products.
Right.
But finding who you are within the brand is the key. Like Jessica's hair
I'll be
today,
right back.
which was awesome. So,
I'm coming.
but there's all this important stuff. Oh, look.
Is that the new one?
No, that's last year. I'm right in the middle. Right there. There's Gregory. Oh my
I
gosh.
see Jolene.
You see Jolene? I don't
Yeah,
see.
she's to the left. Oh, I see my hand up.
Oh, I see her teeth.
Put my hand up.
Playing my song, butterflies
Yep.
fly away. See, so I wonder if we can just change this,
Mm-hmm.
but, or, let me stop the share. Or if we just send it to our coaches and say, this is our team, new coach, training guide, please use it. Everyone uses it the same. This is the best way to get everyone started, but I'm still your coach, even though this is our 15-star superstar diamond. She's taught all of us how to run our business, and we work very closely with her, whatever you want to say. So I don't know, but I wanted to share that with you guys today because that just came out like, hey, because everyone's like, we need to do something for new coaches and get started right. And so I feel like it's not just me now that struggles sometimes to help new coaches. And sometimes it's hard to decipher who really wants to build a business and who doesn't, because we hear so many stories of like, well, I started as a discount coach and then I decided one day to just do it. And I mean, that's how
And they don't know where to go from there then.
Right. And maybe you've been a coach for like 3 years and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can do this. Like I did like 2 years later. And I'm like, oh, I want to do this. But by then you're not a new coach. Like Jessica was saying at the training, like I'm not a new coach to be like, oh, I'm launching my business. I've been at this for a while and I kind of fell off and then this happened and that. And sometimes, you know, your upline or your person, sometimes they quit. And so now you are adopted by somebody else and they don't know you, which is what happened to Jen and I. And I was like, we didn't know each other at all. And thank God for the Success Club trip and that she had her own fire in her butt, because otherwise we wouldn't have like bonded. And I would always felt like I was on trying not to hurt her feelings, which turns out she is really easygoing and I didn't really have anything to worry about in the first place. But I would have felt that way, like, oh, I don't want to make her mad and I don't think she likes me and where, you know, whatever is all in my head. But not everyone gets that opportunity, and then that relationship is just gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that chance to help that person kind of fizzles. So I like that we have this. If someone is a coach and maybe they didn't work it at first, then you can go back and there's a step-by-step process that you can go through and like, this is what I can do. Now I know what to do. Or if you don't know your person, because eventually we're going to have people sign up where you don't know them. Like, I'm not going to have well, maybe I would love to have a relationship with somebody in the UK so I can go visit them. But I'm not going to be like, hey, do you want to have coffee, mate? Like, that's not happening. But I can send this to them and they can have all the information and to know where to start, because I had no idea.
Hey, I'm going to France.
I know.
So I need
it's
this
me.
for France.
It's Megan.
I snuck in.
Hi.
Not so sneaky.
I'm sneaky. I've been listening on mute for a while. One thing that I did was for my two coaches so far, my mom and my friend, was I did like a little YouTube video about, hey, this is where I started and this is how, and then this is my training and this is what you do. And I created my little own YouTube channel that's private and you just give them the password.
Right.
And that's how they find it. And so maybe it's not a PDF or a Zoom call, but like, here are these different modules that you can do, and here's some homework. And then when you've done the homework, you can tell I'm a teacher. When you've done the homework, like, then we'll talk. Or if you have questions, et cetera, et cetera.
Well,
So that
and that's what Christina will have us do. She'll be like, do this and let me know when you're done. Like, I'm supposed to make a list of all the things that I do for my business in a day. That's what she told me to do. So everything that I do, every post that I do, all my messaging, all my graphics, the email that you all got, like all that stuff. Who does that? Because I'm supposed to hire somebody to do it. So she wants me to make a list of things that I need to do, or that I need to do every day in a day. And what can someone else do for me that I don't really need to do? Because nobody else can have a conversation for me. Like, nobody else can do this. Nobody else can do the team call. I mean, somebody else can lead it by all means, but no one can be my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one can meet Megan at Starbucks to sign her as a coach. So, like that stuff.
Why a publisher experience?
Yeah, or to ask Jessica to do it for me. Or Megan, because she's good at Canva too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, is everyone using their tracker now that they have the tracker? Do you guys like the tracker? Yeah,
I do.
you do.
I use the like vital behaviors PDF. And I have it set up on my computer that I don't have to print it every day. Like every week, I can just reset it. And it keeps track.
So, I'm not so good at this one with all the little boxes. But if I print the one of like the people I've contacted, whatever that is, it is like the list of 100. It's out there because I've written on it. I'm really good at that, of like writing my people, because otherwise they get lost in here. If I don't write it down, then it gets lost. Like, Jessica's laughing at me, like, write it down, because I will forget. So, and I've told Gunderman this before too. Like, if you don't hear, well, I've probably told everyone, if you don't hear from me, you don't get a response, send me a message again, because it's not that I'm being rude. I just forgot, because something happened and I forgot. Like the dog peed on the floor, or that Corey yelled in the midst of me responding to you that to come wipe my bottom. So
it's okay. We understand.
Not that I'm being rude, but sometimes those important questions need to be answered. And then I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't do this. So for me, using, if you've done this for a while, and I don't know, Jen, if you do this, I print off last year's people from who bought a challenge pack last year. So when we get to that point, for some of you. I'll show you how. Well, you can just do export report and it'll print it all out. And so you can see who's ordered. So you can go back to them and you don't have to make new Success Club. I mean, you do still have to work and make Success Club points and ask them to buy in again. But at least that way you can get those points and say, hey, I can still offer you a really good deal like you got last year. Would you want to do it? Yeah. But I also wanted to have a team call to see if anyone, since everyone is working so hard, if you have anything that you need help with, that you're stuck, or that you're struggling with, or any victories.
I have two things. I need help with the military discount.
Okay.
I want to help Amy get that set up and get her family going on that stuff.
Okay.
And I always have trouble, like, I don't know, I get in my head, but then I also have trouble just starting off a conversation with someone, especially someone I don't even know.
Oh. Yeah, starting with someone you don't know. So who is the person that you don't know?
A lot of people.
Okay.
I've been adding a lot of people, and I've kind of been giving it like some time before like they'll add me, and I don't immediately message them. I want them to maybe see some of my videos and some of my posts, but it's still like, then I'm like, okay, they are watching some of my videos, or they haven't seen my videos, and I want them. I notice if I message them, then they start to watch some of my videos because it's kind of brought my profile to their attention.
Right.
But then they don't respond back to me. Like I get a lot of no responses, which don't bother me because I know I'm not going to get a response from everybody, but I don't know if I'm just saying the wrong things up front, because I've tried multiple different things from people from the TWC calls or whatever they are. And I've heard different ways to start it off, but I still feel I'm not too sure.
So I would say if you've messaged them and they've seen it and it's been a little while, I would say something like, hey, I just wanted to make sure that my message went through and check in and see how you were doing. I understand if you're busy. Message me when you when you have a minute. And so that acknowledges, like, one, that you acknowledge that they're busy and maybe they just didn't have time to get back to you. And two, that you would like some kind of response, but then also kind of closes it out too that sometimes when we go to close the conversation, you're like, okay, well, maybe next time, sorry, you're going to miss out on this. Then they kind of get like, well, wait, you're not chasing me? And then they come back. Do you feel like that, Jen, sometimes? Yeah, like, I don't need you. Yeah. I know that sounds horrible, but sometimes, even though we do, sometimes it feels like that. Mm-hmm. Like you create that FOMO, which FOMO, for anyone who does not know, means, means fear of missing out. So, JOMO is the joy of missing out. So you're happy to miss out.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Me neither.
I don't remember why I learned that. I think it was from 2B Mindset. Because you can be joyous in that I'm not going to have that piece of cake. I have JOMO. Like, I'm joyous that I don't have to say yes to that. I don't have to be there. JOMO. I'm joyous that I don't have to go to that family reunion. Or whatever you don't want to do. No, I went to mine. What else would you think about that, Jen? Because you're pretty good at talking to people.
Yeah, so if I get ghosted, like if I'm reaching out to someone who I know has been watching my stuff, and I send them more of a like, hey, Ashley, thanks so much for supporting my page, and a couple of likes on my last few posts. And I leave it kind of at that. Like, I don't ask them a question necessarily. And then I think sometimes they all expect because they all know that we're selling something, right? We all occasionally post about whatever, the new program that's launching or whatever. And I just kind of warm up to them that way. And I play the long game in terms of just really trying to establish the relationship with them.
Yeah.
And not like trying to get them for Success Club points.
Yeah. Not to rush it.
Yeah.
Even though
Because I've done the diary of the mouth and you scare people off. And then as people have watched me over the last few years, like be consistent and always posting and always talking about other things besides just Beachbody and my workouts, those people usually will come back around.
and those are the people that will stay
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Because they
And
know you.
Yeah. And you'll find people too who are or customers under other Beachbody coaches, and eventually those coaches quit, and then they'll come to you and say, "Oh, so my coach quit. Can I just switch to you?" I get that a lot. But it's just time and consistency of like posting too, and not rushing to get the point.
Yeah, I would agree. Most of it is having patience and just creating a relationship, like just talking to people.
Yeah.
Talk to them like they're your long lost friend, like you haven't seen in a while. And so sometimes they'll even ask me how I am, and I'm like, I'm good. We're back to school. But is so and so liking basketball? And like I'll bring it back to them because I want to find out as much about that person and let them know that I'm invested and interested in what they're doing.
Or if it's someone that you don't know that you're reaching out to, I'll go through their page or go through some of their posts. One, I see if we have any mutual connections, because on Facebook you usually do. It's easier to tell, right? And I'd be like, oh, it's so random that you know such and such and such and such. I know them from something. How do you know them?
Okay.
And that people, like, oh, look, blah, and they start talking about whatever.
Oh, they were married my sister's brother and now they're divorced. And, blah, 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 blah. And you're like,
yeah, and you hope it's not like some terrible connection, but then that usually helps them to immediately bond to you. And then I make sure that over the next couple of weeks, I go to their page and like their posts so that I keep connecting with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I usually wait to ask on those people for a bit. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was good. Good stuff. Anything else?
If Jess Burge is listening, that picture of her is hot sex. Look at it. Do you see it? You guys all see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hottie right there.
I feel like I'm digging in that picture. I don't know what that's from. Summit?
Maybe. I don't know. She just get really jazzed up at Summit.
Sorry. Yes, I had to take a shower. Yes, it's from Summit. I am truly multitasking here, folks.
Oh.
You are all in the shower with me.
Is it from Summit? Is your picture from Summit?
Yes, it's when we went to Punchbowl Social for dinner.
Okay.
It's a great
really
picture
good.
of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Megan, you need to add a picture with not a telephono.
I need to do what?
So you need to add a picture. You need to connect your Zoom to Facebook so we can have a picture of you.
Oh.
Of your hot ass next to me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. No.
I'm on my phone right now. Because I'm headed to softball, so I can't do the whole like.
Hey, dude. I'm just glad you got on the call. The other thing Megan Bottoms and I were talking about, that she was like, where are you getting all this content for your challenge group? So I did hire kind of a VA She's called the Entrepreneur VA, and it was for a year $144 for all the challenge pack content and a free group. So every month I get, yeah, right. So, because we only have 3 minutes left, but like, I'm trying to be better about not doing everything myself, and like all those little like button things. That's what Christina said that I need to have someone else do.
Like buttons.
Like hit the likes on all my Facebook stuff. Likes, loves, loves. But the challenge group things like the graphics and the words, I'm not doing that because it takes me so long to do it and to do that graphic in Canva and everything. So it was well worth the investment of $144 or whatever you want to pay someone to do that for you, to free me up of hours that I can talk to people, because that is where my time is better spent, and to help you guys hit diamond and hit your goals and get your shakes paid for. Like that is my goal right now. That's where my energy is. Woo!
I've talked a little about it to Megan, but what would you suggest to like Jessica and I and even Megan on, since we're just starting off, don't really have $140 to do that for a year. And I know you've talked about how she has a couple smaller packages, but like, what would you suggest for us to help get some graphics together to get us for the next couple months?
So in your back office, they do have ones for the programs, and you can use those. That's what I've done for years. And then if you want to run your own group, I don't care if you take mine off my thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, copy and paste that shit.
Copy and paste it.
Okay.
Yeah. Megan actually messaged me and was like, can I split that with you? And I was like, hell yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
So that was the other thing. There's another gal that I've been using, and I've been paying for it just to help myself. I don't really have $144, but I also don't have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So the Danielle Nazar, I've been doing her stuff, and it's pretty, and I'm happy to split that with people if they want to split it.
Okay.
What's the Danielle Nazar?
She's on Etsy, and she does meal plans. She's where I was getting my free meal plans from. She does whole programs like her 100 Meltdown. I keep wanting to call it 100 Day. 100 Day is, I don't know, like $100 or something like that. But if we split it between 5 of us,
Right.
that's not too
And
bad.
it's a whole meal plan
It's everything.
for the entire 100 days?
For like the whole challenge group.
Huh.
Hi, Mama. So yeah, I'll put her information